So, good evening everybody, and I'm excited to do a video that's probably going to ruffle some feathers and probably piss people off because I just enjoy it. I really do. You know, throughout my entire adult life, and even as a child, I always relished even, being contrary, being contrarian. I just loved it. People told me to go left, well, fuck, I went right, and I didn't give a shit. But I found over time that the reason I enjoyed doing it was just to piss people off. I'm one of those people that'll cut in front of you in line just to see you be pissed off. It makes me happy. Yeah, we're talking about room treatment and my thoughts on room treatment, but more broadly, also my general thoughts on hi-fi and listening to hi-fi, okay? You know, first and foremost, room treatment is important. I do think it is important. You know, where would we be without room treatment? And whatever room treatment whatever that term means, whether it's a full kit of stuff and you've got bass traps and risers and reflection panels and dots on the ceiling and all kinds of stuff, or you've got something as simple as you threw a rug down, a little bit of an extra thick rug to kind of tame the high frequencies a little bit, or you've done this or you've done that. You know, maybe you got a little bit of a fluffier couch or something like that, or put a chair in front of one speaker to kind of offset the sound a little bit, excuse me, coming out of that speaker. All right, now for me personally, I try to approach audio, music, playback, music reproduction casually. You know, one of the reasons being is because it's easy. You know, number two is from a review standpoint, the majority of my audience that watches these videos for recommendations or these sorts of things, they're not going to have hundreds or thousands of dollars to put into you know, a full room treatment. And so they want to know how this equipment sounds in their own home, how they listen in their own home. And, you know, at the end of the day, I tend to take the Art Dudley approach. And if you're unfamiliar, Art Dudley used to be a writer for Stereophile, and unfortunately he passed away. And in my opinion, he was probably one of the best writers, or let me not bandy about. He was the best hi-fi writer I've ever read. Straight out, flat out, he was the best. And his approach was that, you know, music should accommodate the user. You know, you shouldn't have to bend over backward installing all sorts of frickin' equipment just to make your system sound good, okay? And you don't need to. You can get great sound from just setting up a pair of speakers. Is it going to be perfect or 100% optimal? No, it's not. But that doesn't mean you can't get great sound. And, you know, some people online, they'll insinuate that, well, without room treatment, you know, your system sound is just terrible. I disagree completely. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and I can tell you that with proper speaker placement and positioning relative to the seating position and, excuse me, and just system optimization without room treatment, you can get a good 60, 70% of the way of getting sound that you would achieve with room treatment. And hell, I've been into some listeners' homes, friends of mine, people I've met through work and other places that you know are into hi-fi and audiophiles, and you know, they've got tens of thousands of dollar hi-fi systems. They don't have room treatment, or maybe they'll have like a reflection panel on each side, something like that, or maybe the absorber behind or something like that. But it's not dramatic. It's not overly done. They don't have all the accoutrement of room treatment, okay? And, you know, like I said, for me personally, I tend to look at this as a casual thing. I listen to music casually. I'm not a serious listener. I don't know what that means. What the hell is a serious listener? To me, what is it? You sitting on your couch and you're stroking your chin as you're listening to, what, Vivaldi or something? Jesus Christ, get out of my face with that crap. I'm not, that's not me, man. You know how much weed I've smoked over the years? Trust me, it's that is not me. You know, I'm a very casual listener. I like putting on George Russell and, you know, throwing him on my cheap $5 turntable and listening to it through my cheap $200 amplifier. You know, there you go, okay? I'm a casual listener. And lastly, these videos are just entertainment. I'm not a professional. You know, I work lifting boxes for a living. I drive my car to different stores and lift boxes. That's what I do for a living, by the way, in case anybody's curious. I lift boxes at different stores. Okay? And Occasionally I'll do Uber stuff. I'll go drop people off or pick up, somebody's McDonald's order, right? And that's what I do for a living. I'm not a professional. I don't want people to take me seriously. I've said that before in a video. Just look at this for entertainment. I mean, if you take some advice and things from it, the thing you should take from this is life is too short to take things too seriously. When you get too into something, it becomes less fun. I noticed that a long time ago, and that's been kind of another personal motto for me over the years, is that I've noticed the more I take something seriously, the less fun I have at it. That happened in baseball in high school. I tried to get into baseball, and I was pretty good, to toot my own horn. But I found that the more serious I took it and the more the coaches and my mom tried to push me to take it seriously, the less I wanted to do it. So eventually I just said, fuck it. And that's been my motto throughout life. I had the dude motto, fuck it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned.